So, a mom just messaged me and asked me about ABA, whether ABA is bad. This person has heard that it's bad, and I am delighted to say this mom refers to her child as being autistic and not having autism. Thank you for that. So this is my answer to her, but I thought it's a good question, so I thought I would go ahead and just make it a video for the page too. I should disclose that I was diagnosed at the age of 40, and I was not subjected to ABA. My child, my oldest son, was diagnosed, close to a year ago, and we were offered ABA for him, and one thing my ex and I agreed on very quickly was absolutely not. So here's what I know about ABA. Not much, in the sense that I haven't been subjected to it and I haven't allowed my child to be subjected to it. But what I have learned from other autistic adults who were subjected to it when they were children is that it's experienced as a form of abuse to the autistic person. And I've watched some videos of ABA therapy being conducted, and it's weird. It's like you're watching these ABA therapists teach the autistic kid how to fake not being autistic, or to stop stimming, or be normal. That's never good. It's never good to try to train out somebody's true self. It's just ridiculous. So that's my overview of why I've heard it's bad. And I know that some moms will say, yeah, but it's not as bad today as it was in the past. But the consensus that I have observed in the autistic community, the adult autistic community, is that ABA is still not something that needs to be done. We don't need to teach autistic kids to not act or appear or be their autistic true selves. What would be a better solution than ABA is if all that funding, time, dollars, and education hours were spent learning about how to actually accommodate autistic kids instead. So instead of teaching the autistic kid not to flap, why don't we educate other people why flapping is important to people who are autistic? Or stimming in any fashion. I don't flap very often, but I stim like crazy on a frequent basis. And it's very calming for me, and a lot of people don't understand it. And when I was a kid, though not subjected to ABA, my parents kind of did similar things. I was forced to make eye contact. Every year we had to go sell chocolate for our school. And I cried about it every year because it was incredibly uncomfortable for me to go door to door slinging chocolate. And I was forced to do it anyway. So I'd be like in tears trying to get people to buy chocolate. My brother would help me, but there were other things too. You know, I was forced to wear certain clothing, and it was unacceptable for me to reject that clothing. I was forced to eat foods that were sensorily horrific to me. Very often I flat out refused to do many of these things, and that turned into a lot of trauma with being yelled at or spanked or punished, or sitting there till 9 o'clock and everybody's gone to bed and I'm staring at a plate of baked stuffed tomatoes that's absolutely disgusting to me, but I can't leave the table till I eat them. Those are just examples of how my parents personally tried to force me to not be autistic or refuse to accommodate my autistic self. And I'm babbling. In summary, I don't know a whole lot about ABA firsthand. What I've learned from the community is that it is a tactic to change the autistic person's true self, and that is unacceptable. So there's your answer.